Yesterday, self-described secular humanist and feminist Taslima Nasreen on her Twitter wrote, "Men and women who have bad genes with genetic diseases like diabetes, hypertension, and cancer should not produce children. They have no right to make others suffer." As a woman who has reproduced children, knowing that my children can be born with cystic fibrosis, I take a little bit of offense to Ms. Nasreen's eugenics comments. Look, every human being will suffer in their life. It's a guarantee. It will happen. I will suffer. You will suffer. My children will suffer. Everyone will suffer in their life. So by Ms. Nasreen's standards, does that mean that no one has a right to live? That everyone should be aborted? Further, how does she know if someone is suffering too much? And where is the line to say, well, you're going to develop cancer when you're 80, therefore you should have never been born. You should have had 80 wonderful years to live. This is what's so wrong with today's, conversation about suffering. We have made in our society suffering to be something bad. That if you suffer, it's instantly bad. Suffering isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's terrible. I wish no one would suffer, but it's not an intrinsic bad thing. Suffering actually can make us better human beings. It can bring us closer in our faith. It can change our perspective. And just because we suffer doesn't mean we shouldn't have the right to live. After I found out that my oldest son, Gunnar, was born with cystic fibrosis, we found out 3 months after he was born. It was actually on St. Patrick's Day of that year. My husband and I were told that every child we bring into the world would have a 25% chance of having cystic fibrosis. We continue to have children. We didn't stop having children. And our fourth child, our youngest, Gracie, was born with cystic fibrosis. We found out 5 days after she was born. Gracie is the light of our family. She is the princess. She's constantly coming to my office, making me fix her lipstick so she can have her Rapunzel outfit. And then 5 minutes later, she's changing into being a dinosaur hunter. Gracie has a wonderful life. Gracie is living her life to the fullest. And my husband and I are committed to making sure that throughout her life, no matter what challenges she faces, having cystic fibrosis, that she lives a full life and that she lives a meaningful life, that she makes her mark on this world, that she improves this world by merely existing in this world. Gracie will suffer in her life. My oldest son, Gunnar, will suffer in his life. In fact, all of my children are going to suffer. My husband and I, we're both going to suffer. But that doesn't mean that we didn't have the right to bring in another unique, whole, living human being into this world. To create another human person who's going to improve our world and make our world a better place. To create a unique soul that knows his or her purpose for why they were designed, for why they were created. To Ms. Nasreen, I challenge you. Come to my house any day of the week. Come meet my children. Come meet Gunnar and Gracie. And you tell me, and importantly, tell them to their face that they shouldn't have a right to live because they'll suffer.